We getting ready? 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 Getting ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. I have some rather heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, unbelievable, palm-sweating, anger news to give to you this evening. From the Daily Wire, Biden admin tells Americans trapped in Afghanistan it cannot guarantee their safety to airport. President Joe Biden's administration told American citizens trapped in Afghanistan that the administration cannot guarantee their safety if they travel to the airport in Kabul to be evacuated. The news comes as thousands of American citizens remain trapped as Taliban terrorists have now taken control of the country. The Biden administration sent the following message to Americans trapped in Afghanistan. To American citizens, thank you for registering your request to be evacuated from Afghanistan. The U.S. Embassy in Afghanistan has confirmed that an undefined number of U.S. individuals there will begin soon. Please make your way to the Hamid Karzai International Airport at this time. Oh, and please be advised that the United States government cannot guarantee your security as you make the trip. Are you kidding me? Or as you make this trip. A congressional aide tells CBS News, we have no partners left in Afghanistan to safely get Americans in country to Kabul. There are 10 to 15,000 American citizens who still need to get out, and that obviously doesn't include the tens of thousands of SIVs or P2 applicants trying to get out of Afghanistan. Calls are going out to about half the Americans of the state. Calls are going out to about half of the Americans on the State Department's list, approximately 5,000, telling them to come to the airport. Those calls include instructions on how to get to the airport, where to go, etc. But the U.S. is not helping with transportation. Wow. Wow. The establishment-appointed surrogate President Joe Biden is on vacation. He was in a situation room at Camp David where his administration apparently couldn't be bothered to set the clocks correctly. What is going on? What is going on? Here's Sarah's tweets that I just read to you a second ago. And then, of course, we know all the images that are coming out of Afghanistan and just the desperation of individuals who are there trying to get out, including apparently 10 to 15,000 more Americans that are still there. You know, the Taliban spokesman got a question about freedom of speech, and he said the question should be asked to U.S. companies like Facebook who claim to promote it while still censoring. I want you guys to listen to this. This is very similar to Vladimir Putin, when the snarky, just insulting mainstream media asked Putin about his activities there in Russia. I think it was something to the effect of jailing citizens and so forth. And he turned it around and said, well, you're doing the same thing on January 6th, or you did the same thing in January 6th. So just take a listen to this, and he'll give it a second for the interpreter. So he's being asked a question.
دا سوال خو باید د فیسبوک له ادارې سره وي د بیان د ازادۍ دعوت دوی کوي او دلته خلک د بیان د ازادۍ.
This question should be asked to those people who are claiming to be promoters of freedom of speech, who do not allow publication of all information. I can ask Facebook company.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the Taliban. Here's the Taliban getting asked a question about freedom of speech, and dude turns it around and says, you might want to ask that to Facebook. Imagine that. It's no different than what Vladimir Putin said. No different. The mainstream snarky media aren't concerned about actually helping America. This isn't an America First administration. This is an establishment that was so desperate to make sure that Orange Man Bad did not win that they were going to resort to changing the laws, changing the policies, changing the election procedures, and then the pandemic came along, which was just a complete stroke of luck for them to engage in even more concessions to absolutely make sure that an incompetent man who suffers from cognitive issues became the president so that they, the establishment, could clean house and completely just bleed America of everything. Absolutely unbelievable. And here's the story from Reclaim the Net. And in here also, CNN reporter in Kabul. These Taliban fighters are chanting, "Death to America," but they seem friendly. Yeah, lady, the only reason they're letting you stand there is because they know you're from CNN. You're showing the entire world that they have just defeated the United States of America. They have just run out the United States of America out of their country, and they are claiming victory. This is 9/11 all over again. This is a 9/11 celebration all over again because of the incompetence of this administration who tried to make changes so they could get credit. So they could get on their documentations and historical records that it was the Biden administration that liberated Afghanistan. Instead of listening to what Donald Trump had said, and I have his image here, particularly what he had said, we are acting as a police force, not the fighting force that we are in Afghanistan. After 19 years, it is time for the police, after 19 years, it is time for them to police their own country, bring our soldiers back home, but closely watch what is going on and strike with a thunder like never before if necessary. So he's preparing for it. And we knew about this preparation because he did the same thing when the Taliban tried to, or the Taliban killed the two American, or you remember the LED, I'm getting flustered. Okay, let me slow down for a second. Remember the IED that killed the two Americans as they were negotiating this, as the Taliban kind of saying, we're in control. And then President Trump sent an A-10 out to wipe almost half of them out. You guys might recall that. I had the, let me just go over here real quick and show you what I'm talking about here if I can find it. It was, he's talking about Antifa there. I was trying to find it. Here we go, right here. During the negotiations with the Taliban, they tested the Trump admin by killing two Americans with a car bomb in Kabul. Trump responded with an A-10 strike that wiped out almost the entire Taliban leadership. They agreed to Trump's terms shortly after that because all they know is strength. And I did a post the other day. If you guys haven't followed me on social media, on my social medias, be sure you do that because I posted the other day I made a post showing Blinken talking with the Chinese, and he got dressed down by the Chinese extraordinarily because this administration is weak. Joe Biden is weak. This is just, there's no excuse for this absurdity. The level of absurdity and incompetence has reached a dangerous level. We're already suffering right here from the labor of statistics. I spent 2 hours arguing with an idiot, which was my fault, 2 or 3 idiots actually, and they're bots. Their question was, well, how is Joe Biden actually causing inflation? So I gave them link after link after link, information after information after information, and they just weren't having it. They just weren't grasping it because they didn't want to. Right here, according to the BLS, the cost of many goods, that's the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, by the way, which is an official government site, which is why I cited it to them. Gasoline has increased, energy, bacon, fresh fish, fresh whole milk, fresh fruits, major appliances increased, furniture and bedding, footwear. I mean, yeah, I was about to wind down for the evening, take it easy, get some rest from all this nonsense, and then this broke. Absolutely unbelievable. If you guys haven't already, below this video, as I mentioned a moment ago, you can find the links to my social media, as well as to additional video hosting sites where I will be probably doing exclusives. I had to wait 24 hours for my last video to be able to be non-demonetized by YouTube. So they're definitely going after anyone and everyone who covers these topics and these stories. It is the establishment that was put in place. This all happened when President Trump came down the escalator. We have talked about this quite a bit before, but I want to thank all you guys for your support, the likes, the shares, and the comments. You are welcome to share this video with your friends on your social media to get this out. And of course, if you haven't already, that would be the channel icon appearing right there on the screen to subscribe here on YouTube. You can click on that and then subscribe, as well as to indicate notifications if you want to know when there's additional content here on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.